Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm very excited for this one. I thought that since it is the beginning of cozy season and it is the beginning of all of YouTube really switching into cozy, comfy autumn content, I thought we could talk about, the ultimate cozy thing, the ultimate cozy way of living, and that is hygge. I've been meaning to film this video for a really long time, like a couple years, and I've never actually done it because I didn't really know how to word it. So I thought now is the best time. Why not? I should actually just film this video and put it out there. But I wanted to show you guys ways that you can implement hygge into your life. I'm going to explain what hygge is, ways that you can implement it, what it means to me, what it means to a lot of people, and mainly just chat about how you can cozy up your life, cozy your home, make your space feel warm and inviting, and ultimately how you can kick the seasonal depression, winter blues, especially if you live in a really cold environment. Like me, I'm in Canada, so it's quite cold here in the winter. But since I specialize, what's the word for that? I don't know, in more cozy content, my channel is all about, documenting my life, obviously, in motherhood, but also just making our home cozy, making a simple, slow life meaningful, and taking care in the small things. And that's a really important concept for me. And I would love to do a couple of videos about how I incorporate these things into my life, but I figured the best place to start would be to talk about hygge. So in the spirit of this video, this would be a great time to press pause. If you don't already have something cozy to drink, maybe a sweet snack, this is the best time to do it. I want you to relax. I want you to just rest your shoulders, calm your face, take the tension out of your body, and get ready to spend these next few minutes just totally calm and content and present in the moment as we talk about hygge and embrace it. So I'm sure most of you have heard the word hygge or have heard of the concept. And there might be some of you who have never heard this before, who have never bumped into this term, but it became really popular in more North American, it came to America and got huge a couple of years ago. And since then, cozy has turned into this lovely little bubble that we all want to be in, and for good reason. We see it in the extensive use of the word cozy. We see it in things like cottagecore, that's really big right now, but all these simplistic living, these things that draw us in, these beautiful photos on Instagram, these cozy, calm ASMR, or just nice content on YouTube, all of these things really melt together into this cozy little piece of serenity that we all crave. So hygge doesn't actually have a direct translation. Hygge is a Danish word, and some examples of what it means would be to be consciously cozy, or the art of creating a nice atmosphere. Some have even called it the pursuit of daily happiness. And one that I personally really love is socialization for introverts. I think the reason hygge is such a difficult word to explain is because it's not as much a word as it is a feeling. And that concept just doesn't tend to translate well into English. I personally discovered hygge years ago. I don't even remember where. I think it's because I've always had a love of Danish, Swedish, Scandinavian things. Their decor, they've just always been the icon of cozy, and I've loved cozy things my whole life. I've always sought the comfort, the cozy, and creating happiness in small, simple ways. So when I first heard this concept of hygge years ago, I started looking online for more explanation. And then after searching and reading and just devouring all of the things that I could learn about this concept, I found the book called The Cozy Life. I'm not going to pronounce this name properly. I'm so sorry, but I think her name is Pia Edberg. And it is such a cute little book, and it is a great introduction into what Hygge is and practically applying the joy of simple things. So it's a very small book. It's like a quick afternoon read, but it's a staple, and I read it and reread it a lot. So I highly recommend this book. I will link it in the description below if you would like to check it out. I've had this book for years and I absolutely love it. It gives you really good examples, recipes, and just really applicable ways of how you can create Hygge in your own life. After applying Hygge and embracing Hygge in my own life, I noticed a huge difference. I stopped getting so sad over the winter. Where I live, winter goes from, I consider the winter season to be from like September to March, just because it's usually when it's cold. We get snow very often in September, and we get snow all the way up till April usually. So it's cold and it's dark here in the winter, and that can be difficult to deal with every day for months and months and months. But I noticed when I had a toolbox full of skills and a word to define it, I was able to incorporate that into my life, and not only my life, but my family's lives too. I feel like this is a concept I'm working on every single year, reminding myself how to get better at it and how to embrace it more and more. And each year is just getting better and better over the winter season. So Hygge can be done alone, but typically it's done with the people you love. Friends who bring you joy, family who you are close with. Generally, Hygge is meant to be a soft social event. It's calm, it's very casual, and it's very cozy. It involves good food, relaxing, consciously being grateful, savoring the moment, the food, the drink, whatever is in front of you. And let's be honest, Hygge is very much about indulgence. It's sitting down after dinner, after a long day with somebody you love, be it your partner or a family member or a really good friend, even your child, pouring a warm, cozy drink and having a sweet treat like a slice of cake or a cookie or a cinnamon roll. Cinnamon rolls are like the poster child of Hygge. But chances are, if you have a sweet treat and a warm drink, what you're doing is probably Hygge. It tends to involve candlelight or soft lighting. Setting the atmosphere is incredibly important. Danish people are one of the largest candle consumers in the entire world, especially during the winter season. And now we have so many options. If you don't like actual candles, there are LED candles, fairy lights, twinkly lights, salt lamps, soft lighting lamps with more yellow, mellow tones to the light bulbs. You have a fire in your home, even better, or an outdoor fire. You can use unscented candles, so you're not lighting 800 different scents in your home. The options are limitless, but the result is the same. You're just creating cozy lighting. And if you've ever changed the lights from like really bright overhead lights to, you know, just flicking on the cozy lights, think about Christmas when you just have your Christmas tree and a couple of candles light your home. That's the kind of atmosphere we're talking about. Cozy, comfy, that feeling that you get. That is Hygge. So candles or soft lighting, sweets, and warm drinks are at the heart of creating that cozy, wonderful, lovely Hygge moment. It's about taking a break from expectations, and this is what I love about it so much. The world can pause for a minute while you enjoy. I feel like that's really the idea of Hygge in a nutshell. It's to create balance in a day. It's a habit, and it's a break for your soul to rest and be calm and not worry and not stress. Everything can wait. We're having a moment. We're having a break. We are going to socialize or read a book and just get cozy for a second and take a moment to rest in an intentional way. Not from exhaustion, not because you can't go anymore, not because you just had it, but because you've taken this decision, you've made a choice to very consciously have a rest. So it's positive, it feels loving, and it's a healthy balance. It's also a great break from healthy hang-ups. Now, Hygge doesn't just have to be about sweet treats, and you don't have to eat cake every single time. It can be a warm, savory meal. Hygge has a lot to do with aroma too. Aromatherapy plays a big part in the feeling of Hygge. And that could be anything from a hearty stew boiling on the stove and filling the home. It could be baked cookies coming out of the oven. It could be essential oils in a diffuser or a soft scented candle. However, I feel like there's a small part of Hygge in general that lets you just take a break from healthy hang-ups. Indulge a little. It's okay. The Danish has this break in the day called Hygge. I think I'm saying that right. And it basically just means coffee with something sweet, and it either happens in the late morning or the afternoon, oftentimes both, and they don't even talk about it because everybody just does it. It's just a coffee and sweet treat break to make your day more enjoyable, and it really helps create balance. Because if you're willing to just take a second and put your healthy hang-ups or whatever down, then you tend to binge less on junk and foods you might not want to be eating all the time in general, because if you know that that break is coming, if you know Hygge is coming, if you know your Hygge moment is coming, and then you're going to have a lovely, sat down, relaxed, intentional break. You're going to enjoy that piece of cake so much, and you're going to sip that tea or whatever it is you're drinking. You're much less likely to go reach for the more unhealthy options throughout your day because you know you're going to get that indulgence, and it's something you look forward to. It's really about an active choice to be present. We talked a little bit about that before, about not needing the break, but taking the break anyway, because it's an active choice you're making. I'm resting right now. I'm going to socialize. I might go to a coffee shop and meet up with a friend and sit down and not worry about everything else. I'll get to the work, I'll get to what I have to do after that. But for that moment, I'm just going to rest and be in good company with good food, and I'm going to be happy. And I know since the concept of Hygge has come to North America especially, and we see more people talking about it. We see more content creators, Instagrammers, YouTubers, things like that, that we watch all the time talking about it. There can be a sneaky little thing happening where it looks like you need stuff to be able to involve Hygge in your life. But that just isn't true. Hygge is all about having less and enjoying more. You do not need to go out and buy a bunch of LED candles and comfy throw pillows and all these soft, gentle, earth-toned textiles to cover your home to be able to experience Hygge. You could be sitting in an empty room on top of beer crates with a good friend and a cold beer and be experiencing Hygge. Now, don't get me wrong, cozy things have a huge part to play, and they do make a difference, but you can use things you already have. I'm sure most of us have extra blankets, throws, a pair of slippers, a comfy go-to outfit, a candlestick or two knocking around in a drawer somewhere. I'm sure we have all elements, because that's kind of the idea. Is this is a very normal, natural thing. It's just intentional. So you don't need to go out and buy a whole bunch of gear to be able to incorporate Hygge into your life. So I wanted to mention that as an important side note, because I don't want you to go looking and researching what Hygge is or how you could incorporate it and maybe feel like, oh, that's out of my reach, because it's not. It's within everybody's reach. And at the very heart of everything, Hygge is about a reminder to enjoy the simple act of living. If we really think about that one, I'm sure many of us are used to getting caught up with the busyness of life with our responsibilities, with our stresses, and we forget to actually enjoy just living. We wait for moments to enjoy. Oh, next week I have that big event. That'll be fun. What about right now in this moment? How often do you enjoy just living your life? How often are you noticing small things around you? How often do you take time out of your day to intentionally be happy? I think that's why the concept of Hygge has taken North America by storm over the past few years. We are known for being busy, bustling. I don't even have to go into a list of examples for you all to probably be like, yeah, when you think of North America, movies, things like New York, bustle, busy, everything. That's what the perception is. So this idea of living simply and being calm and cozy is incredibly attractive because I truly believe that people need it. And somewhere along the way, we lost it. And the fact that it is coming into popularity, cottagecore, hygge, other cozy things that have different names now, I think it just means that everybody realized that somewhere along the way it was lost and that they do need it in their life, and they're trying to find a way to pull it back in. So let's talk about some definite ways that you can incorporate hygge into your life. Soft lighting, we talked about that, but that is one way you can incorporate it. Create a soft lit atmosphere using whatever you have or whatever you prefer. Something else important that changes the way you feel in your space is bringing nature in. Bring the outside in. Plants, some pretty sticks in a vase, fresh flowers, maybe a small nature collection of bits that you find interesting that you can display on a shelf. I have kids, so I can incorporate nature into art projects and hang them throughout my home. We can dip fall leaves in wax and place them on the windows. There are so many ways to incorporate this, but bringing nature in makes a huge difference in how you feel in a space. And kind of along the same lines is natural elements. How many natural elements do you have in your home? Not only plants and things from nature, but what are the tones in your home? Do you have some natural wood tones? If not, bringing some more natural wood tones into your space can make it instantly feel more cozy. Colors that you find in nature, things like that. A big thing, of course, is cozy clothes and textiles. So yes, you could go out to the store and go buy out all of the throw pillows of Target and make your home very cozy that way. But you could use what you have. Again, like I said earlier, you can grab your favorite pair of pajamas and wear those, or you could have a cozy outfit you purchase specifically if you're really into aesthetics. But just simple things like adding a throw blanket and a couple of cushions to your couch instantly makes it more cozy. Throwing a blanket on the end of your bed and maybe adding another pillow or two to your bed will make it much more inviting. Tossing a blanket over a dining chair or your hallway bench or whatever, it just brings those soft, warm, cozy textiles into your space and it makes it so much more cozy. Again, we talked about this before, but aromatherapy is a very active way in how you can implement this into your home, and that will look different for everybody. Another really important, often overlooked thing you can do to bring hygge into your home is having handmade and sentimental items. I've mentioned this a couple times because I feel like that is the North American go-to way, is to just go out and buy everything and we will make the space cozy, and you absolutely can do that. However, handmade sentimental items bring a lot of personal touch to a space and they add an extra element of emotion to things, and that in turn creates a space that is very hygge. The Danish actually have a word for a space or a something being hygge-like, and I think it's hyggelig, but I don't know how to say it properly, so I'm not going to try. So if I use hygge in the wrong context when I'm talking about things, it's just because I don't know how. I don't want to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce that word wrong through an entire video. For example, it's like the same sort of idea as if you go to your grandma's house and you know at Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas with a traditional Christmas tree, and you know that her tree is going to be filled with ornaments that your mom made and that you made when you were little, and maybe that your own kids have made. And it just brings that element of familiarity and comfort that is really important. So having handmade or sentimental items that mean something to you in your space is really important in creating a perfect cozy space. Another practical way is getting out into nature every day, even when it's chilly. Walking with a friend. Get a walking buddy. Walk with somebody you love. Grab a coffee and a friend and go for a crisp walk. That act is very, very much in the Hygge atmosphere. I'm very much in favor for bringing back the after dinner walk. I feel like that is so ideal. I try to get back to that as much as I can, as many days a week as I can. Books, of course, reading them, displaying them, but just sitting down and putting your phone down intentionally and having cozy, calm time. I feel like if you take nothing else away from this video besides this, it is that Hygge means to be intentional with what you're doing. Intentionally take that time. Choose it. Don't get distracted. Don't be doom scrolling. Put your phone down. Focus on being with the person you're with. Or if you're by yourself, focus on doing something that is calming and doesn't involve busyness. Read a book, paint a picture, work with your hands on something calming like crochet or something, whatever you're into. Or just make sure you make eye contact with the person that's with you. Have a conversation and make sure you're not distracted. Notice things that you don't normally notice when you're speaking to somebody else. Let there be silences that are filled with comfort instead of awkwardness. Just be very intentional with your time. And also keeping your space tidy, but not perfect. Just loving your space. It's hard to relax in a really messy space for most people. So keeping your space tidy, but we're not talking about Marie Kondo here. We don't have to make everything perfect and clean. If it's dusty, fine, but like maybe pick up the floor a little bit, make the bed, place the throw and blankets on the couch nicely, clear away dishes. Just keep your space tidy. And again, keep your space intentionally tidy. Just be intentional with your environment. And most importantly, use what you have. Again, I've said this a couple times through this video, but you don't need to go out and purchase anything to introduce the concept of Hygge into your home. Really, all you need is you and potentially a friend and something to drink, maybe a nibble to eat, and your decision to take that time out of your day to just enjoy. There's a reason why they say Danish people are supposedly the happiest people on earth. And a big thing to do with it is the way that they embrace life and choose to consciously be happy and find happiness in the everyday. It's a cultural thing there. And it's something that I think we could all benefit from. I really hope you enjoyed your time here with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you either already are an enthusiast of Hygge and you just came here to hear more about it because this topic brings you coziness, or I hope if this is a new topic to you, if you don't really know much about Hygge or maybe have never ever heard of it, I hope this video was informative. I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope you found it cozy. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in my next video. Let me know down below what you do to implement Hygge if you already do. And if you don't, but you would like to, let me know what your plans are to start implementing this into your life. If you want to talk about this more, the comments is a great place to go. I love having conversations with you guys, so let me know if you want to chat down there. But until next time, we will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're not, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in my next one. Bye.
I never felt tomorrow closing in this fast. Oh, I guess time's in a rush. Leaves are falling down. but at least they grow back while I'm on a one-way track.